I gotta find a better way to remind myself to do this stuff because, like, I woke up this morning, I hit the ground running, got on the treadmill, had a cup of coffee, watched the Colbert stuff from last night. Well, I did all that on the treadmill. I didn't drink the coffee on the treadmill. I waited till after I was on the treadmill for that. Um, and then I came into my office and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do that video, but first, let me check this one thing. And then, man, it was 2 hours ago. So I've done a whole bunch of like uh, station keeping stuff for the Star Trek website. Um, and then I was like, oh wait, I was supposed to do a video. I did remember to take my meds this morning though, so that was great. Blood pressure won't explode my chest. Not today, maybe, hopefully, I don't know. But I am already at 3,300 steps, which is fantastic. I'm gonna have to get back on the treadmill later today to hit my 10K goal because I got on the scale this morning and I was at 287, which is up 20 pounds from my lowest in 2023, and that's not gonna work for me. So I'm back on the serious diet. It's probably because um, my wife made some delicious like sausage dip last night. That was sausage, cheese, and I think there was a third kind of cheese in there. So it was delicious. I loved every second of it. I added some ghost pepper sauce on there that she got me. Made it nice and spicy, cleared sinuses just a little bit. Yeah, it was fantastic, and I ate way too much of it along with chips. So I'm gonna say that's why I've gained the weight because last week I was at like 284, 283. Uh, so yeah, I just need to be active, and I'm definitely not doing any yard work today because we've got a storm coming through, and it's going to be raining. There's a chance of a tornado, so everyone's keeping their eyeballs open for that. Uh, and the stray cat that I feed from time to time came by and yelled at me, and I opened up the window and I let her in for like half a second, and she just she's like, okay, whatever, dude, I'm gonna go back out there. And I told her, I said, look, man, it's gonna be raining out there. You're more than welcome to hang out with me. That's why my door's shut because I have five other cats in the house. Uh, so I was like, you hang out with me, man. It'll be fun. She's like, nah. Actually, I have no idea where she goes when it rains like this. Well, she always seems to come back out. A little moist sometimes, but she comes back out. But yeah, over the weekend we had the Super Bowl watch party with just me and my wife. We watched it. It was okay. The halftime show was it was a halftime show. I feel like I haven't quite aged into uh, the age bracket that cares about the Super Bowl halftime show yet. Um, I mean that and Usher has was never really a big part of like any of my music consumption at any stage of my life. Uh, yeah, I guess it's just I think that's actually the larger problem because I enjoyed the weekend's show, even though he's a more recent artist. His show was pretty darn good. I liked Katy Perry's show. I liked Prince's show. Um, Tom Petty put on a heck of a show years and years ago. Uh, and I think that's it. All the other shows are just kind of meh. Like, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a opiate for the masses, right? If everyone else likes it, at least they're having a good time enjoying something that is enjoyable to them. Uh, anyways, it was a fun game. I was somewhat saddened by the lack of Taylor Swift content because I was given the impression that she was going to be much more present on screen than she ended up being. I think I only saw her about a dozen times, which that's not enough. Like we need more Tay Tay. We really do. Yeah, it was what it was. The game ran over because overtime. They were tied at the end of the game, and I was starting to fall asleep at that point. So like I moved from like my recliner on the sectional couch to like the lay down part and started to snooze, but never actually went to sleep. So I made it through the game. Go me. Uh, but prior to the Super Bowl, we had a local. Should I say I went to the local Star Trek fan clubs meeting, which I love those guys. I really do. They all very much fit the stereotypical original series fans, like that template that you have in your mind where you're like, oh, there's a bunch of Star Trek fans of the original series. Like these were the people that like got us Next Generation, D Space Nine. Like they kept the franchise alive. They're torchbearers for it. They're standard bearers for what they enjoy in Star Trek. And unfortunately, the group was at a much larger size back during the 90s, and like members have gone off to do other things, like move to other parts of the world, uh, and they still talk online and everything. But the point of the club, from my understanding, is that it's fellowship and service, right? You get together with people of the like mind, you talk about the things you like about the franchise, and then do some community service. In their case, they do a trail cleanup once a month and attend some local shows, and I think that's about it. But I volunteered my services as a communications person. Uh, the fan club goes like a step further uh, than I think I'm personally comfortable with the role playing stuff. It's part of a international federation of fan clubs, and each of the fan clubs names themselves after a ship. So you're on a spaceship, and everyone in the club gets a rank, and depending on where you're at and what you're doing. So I'm officially the communications officer. Uh, I'm going to assume that comes with a international federation of fan clubs rank, but I'll have to talk to our ship captain and our first officer about what exactly that means and like what we need to do. But because it's an international organization, there's a lot of international standards that they have to hold themselves to. So it's somewhat surreal about them talking about ISO standards for data privacy and data collection. When I'm like, man, I just want to hang out with people and look at cool Star Trek stuff and talk about cool Star Trek stuff. So, uh, I don't know. There might actually be like legitimate tests that I have to take in order to like take a rank. Um, yeah, but it was a good group. Hopefully, we can start recruiting people that are new to the franchise or have alternative viewpoints, because it is a very monochromatic group, uh, and they're all around the same age. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do with them. Step one, getting them on Meetup, and then making the Facebook group actually mention Star Trek somewhere in it. Because right now it's just the ship name, which is Kai Tom, which is Vietnamese, I believe. Might be Chinese. And they say it means one thing, but if you look it up, like the internet really doesn't really mention it anywhere. So I don't know. Like it's just close enough that I don't know what it is, that it almost hits my like I don't want to use that name too much, because I'm leery of using languages that I don't understand. Which, quick story, I got that way because back when I was in middle school or high school, uh, Rammstein was doing their thing, and they are a German heavy metal band, and great music. It's all really good stuff. Not exactly wholesome music, but it's notably not racist. And I say notably because if you know a thing about Germany, they have a bit of a skinhead uh, music scene where um, if you've heard the I can't remember which band it did, but they had a song that was Nazi punks have off, and that was the song, and they just wanted the Nazi punks to get out of the scene. So anyways, I really like Rammstein, so I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna listen to some other German heavy metal music, and some of it ended up being the less savory type, and I didn't understand the words that were going on it. So when I figured out that like, oh, this group is actually talking about stuff that I don't support even in the least bit, music is catchy, but message is not. Uh, that's when I was like, I should probably not listen to music or at least play it, publicly if I don't know what's actually being said in it. Uh, which has limited a bit of music because I'm not really willing to just go out and learn German, Spanish, French, any of these things without knowing that the person isn't talking about either like racist stuff or just like super unsavory stuff or like super sexy stuff. Like I was actually thinking about this when I was raking the yard because Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide, came over my Pandora list. I was like, you know what? I think I can trust him not to be talking about like WAP or killing people of a certain type of ethnicity or anything like that. I was like, I think I could trust him. Um, yeah, I think I could trust him. uh, so I don't know. Maybe I'll be consuming more Pitbull music. He really doesn't do a lot of stuff that is like up my alley, which is mostly the electronic music. But, anyways, I'm getting way into the weeds here. So, anyways, what I do yesterday, Super Bowl, the Star Trek group. I have no memory of what I did on Saturday. I didn't write anything down. I think maybe I slept in until like 9, and then we did something. Like, did we go out? Like, I don't know. I should check my calendar. My calendar would tell me. Not to sound too much like a Supreme Court justice, but I'd have to check my calendar. And then today is going to be watching out for the rain, doing a lot of work here. And I've got a local PMI meeting, which this is going to be the first PMI meeting that I go to where I'm a full-fledged PMP, which is going to be fantastic. I love it. Um, but yeah, we you pay like $30. You go and get dinner at I believe it's the golf club of Tallahassee, and listen to a usually a speech or a presentation either by local uh, project managers or a couple times we've had online ones that the guy was like doing a video stream. That one was a former project manager for the U.S. Navy, and his projects were boats. The big old boats that take like 5 years to make from beginning to end, and it was a good it was a good that was a good presentation. I'm gonna have to check to see what this one is. Interesting point of note. I had one of the good interviews I had last week. The woman that interviewed me is actually gonna be at this meeting. At least she said she was going to be, and I didn't think to ask like why she was going to that meeting because she said that she didn't have a PMP, but I think she was wanting to get one. So I don't know. Maybe she joined the chapter and she's just going to check it out, or like I don't know. I don't know. It should be good to see if she's down there. Um, get myself fresh in her memory. Maybe she'll hire me. uh, I think that's it. Like I've got a lot of cleanup and everything to do. And maybe tomorrow I will tell you about the computer that's sitting next to my hip here that has caused me to move all sorts of things around the office. All right, guys, stay dry. Have a good day.